Okay, we're here today because we're installing Warmup's Ultra-12 system. It's a renovation panel, so normally it's a low profile system. It's being used here because we've got a mixture of new build on this section and old build over there, and it just allows it to be, the new floor to be brought up to the existing level, and then the whole floor covered over to bring it all up to the same height when it's finished. These panels are designed sort of from scratch to allow for tiling, unlike most underfloor heating systems. The underside of all these boards has got a similar fleece to this on it. That's to give it sort of decoupling properties. So anyone who's used decoupling systems before, you'll know that that's there to prevent any cracks or movement in the subfloor from resulting in cracks and movement in tiles on the top of the floor surface. So they've all been tested and rated. They all get high performance, which means you could get a 3mm crack in the subfloor and the tile on the top would look exactly the same as it should do. In addition to that, we've done a lot of other testing on these to make sure that heat output's well, all the heat distribution's perfect. We've got a thick aluminium foil underneath this which runs all the way across. We've also got other bits and pieces like wear agents as well. So whereas if you're just tiling straight into aluminium, you'd have to use special primers and things can go wrong. This has got specialist adhesives built into it, the fleece over the top surface of it again, and that gives us a very strong bond between the tiles and the top of these panels. For the application of this, we can get a commercial wear rating, so you could be using this in shops in very high foot traffic areas and still expect the full lifetime of the floor. The reason why you'd use a water-based system on a property like this rather than electric is mainly because of the size of the property. We do electric systems which are designed for large areas and low heat loss buildings, but the amount of electrical load that an area of this size for this whole property would use, you'd be sort of looking at sort of 40, 50 amps, which can be a significant part of the supply to the building. By using water systems, it allows you to use lower load, it allows you wider flexibility on the heat sources. So if they really want to use electric, they can still use an electric boiler, they can use a gas boiler or a heat pump. So it just gives you full flexibility on it. Today we're going to be carrying on where they sort of got yesterday. So we'll be leaving this room, be putting in the service panels, which will carry the flow and return pipes from this room back down through to the boiler, which will be at the far end, out the back of the utility. They will come down through here, along this wall, and up through here. So again, part of this system is we have all of the service panels. So we have pipes which will carry, we have panels which will carry the pipes all the way back through to the manifold. They'll partially insulate and prevent massive overheating of the floor, and it saves you having to put pipes down in nail clips and then level over top of it. It's all in the panels, all the same height, gives you a consistent surface to tile over later on. As well as the straight service panels, we also have panels which make your eyes go funny when you look at them. These here are curved service panels, and they'll help us to get all the pipes around corners when we have a bank of pipes to go around them. Again, makes the system easier to get all of those complex flow and return pipes in. It stops them from overheating the floor once it's all down. The general application of cutting the panels, putting these down, bedding the panels in, that's general trade work anyway, so anyone which is used to doing construction work would find that very easy. The only complex parts then are really interpreting the floor plans. So we provide floor plans. The complex bit is going, okay, the pipes can come around this corner, go around there, so I need to put these panels down there. We've got dedicated sales teams and customer service teams which will help everyone do that, and they do that every day. Same for this property here, which is where somebody's phoned up and said we want to be able to do this. In this case it was, can we use electric? And that's where we started off. It wasn't until we started looking at the size of the project and everything else that's going into it that we then started having those deeper conversations with the people here and just going through it and saying, okay, if you do this, we can swap it out for this system, and just trying to hone it down to the best system for this job. In this case, they wanted to have a low profile system. They wanted to have tiles over the top of it. This system's perfect for that. It's got the insulation there to improve the responsiveness. It's got the aluminium there to improve the heat spread. And it's at 18mm, it's a low profile system, so it fits all the criteria. So okay, so at this point in time, what we're doing is we've just loose laid all these panels quickly. By loose laying these, it's allowed us to position the more complicated panels that are going to come around here. So where all our service pipes are going to come around now, with these in place, we start getting the edges and positions for everything to line up to. So now we'll be able to do more complex panels with the service pipes coming around and back up to service and up to the utility in manifold location. So all of the loose lays finished on site now. There's a few small cuts to go around the edges, but otherwise it's now complete. Tomorrow when they come back, they're going to lift these panels up and just start working across the room using tile adhesive to stick them down, which will then give them a nice firm base to be tiling onto afterwards. So yeah, so once this has all been stuck down with tile adhesive, then it's then a stable floor. You just tile straight onto this. You don't need to prime it. You do need to use an S2 tile adhesive because it is compressible, so you have to have that flexibility there. But as long as you're using 200mm tiles or bigger, you just tile straight on top of this as it is. If you are using smaller tiles like mosaics, you would then use a leveling compound to spread the load out over the top of the panels, but Otherwise, yeah, straight on top.